Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that shook the Philippines and sparked global debate. Former President Rodrigo Duterte, war on drugs. This isn't just a story about politics. It's a raw, often brutal look at a nation grappling with a complex problem and the extreme measures taken to combat it. For 6 years, from 2016 to 2022, the Philippines was at the epicenter of a campaign unlike almost any other. Duterte, a former mayor known for his tough stance on crime, swept into power on a promise to eradicate illegal drugs within months. Ease. Solution: a shoot-kill order for drug suspects and an unprecedented crackdown that led to thousands of deaths. But how did it all begin? What were the roots of this pervasive drug problem in the Philippines? And why did Duterte's approach resonate so strongly with a significant portion of the population? Before Duterte, the Philippines faced a significant challenge with illegal drugs, particularly methamphetamine, or shabu. Communities were suffering, families were torn apart, and there was a widespread perception that the government wasn't doing enough. Duterte tapped into this frustration, promising swift and decisive action. His rhetoric was often inflammatory, but it resonated with many who felt desperate for change. The immediate aftermath of Duterte's election was stark. The Philippine National Police, along with other law enforcement agencies, launched Oplan Tokhang, a term derived from the Cebuano words tok to knock and hangyo, to plead. The idea was for police to visit the homes of suspected drug users and pushers, urging them to surrender and reform. However, Tokhang quickly evolved. The plea often turned into a threat, and the knocking was frequently followed by violence. The official numbers from the government state, around 6,200 drug suspects, were killed in legitimate police operations. But human rights organizations and independent reports estimate the true death toll could be as high as 27,000, including extrajudicial killings by unknown assailants, often referred to as riding in tandem assassinations. These numbers aren't just statistics. They represent lives lost, families shattered, and communities living in fear. The stories of victims are harrowing. Many were urban poor, accused without due process, their fates sealed by an anonymous tip or simply being in the wrong place at the wrong time. The international community reacted with alarm. The United Nations, the International Criminal Court (ICC), and numerous human rights organizations condemned the killings and called for investigations. Duterte, however, remained defiant, often lashing out at critics and asserting national sovereignty. This created a diplomatic firestorm. The Philippines withdrew from the ICC, accusing it of meddling in its internal affairs. Relations with Western countries became strained, while Duterte pivoted towards closer ties with China and Russia. Domestically, public opinion was divided. While many Filipinos supported Duterte's strawman approach, believing it brought order and safety, others were horrified by the disregard for human rights and the rule of law. The fear of being wrongly accused or caught in the crossfire was palpable for many. Beyond the immediate violence, the war on drugs had profound societal impacts. The justice system was overwhelmed. Trust in law enforcement eroded in some communities, and the stigma associated with drug use intensified, making rehabilitation efforts even more challenging. So, what was the legacy of this brutal campaign? Did it solve the drug problem? While official reports suggest a reduction in drug supply and use, critics argue that it merely pushed the problem underground, creating new, more dangerous dynamics. The root causes of drug use, poverty, lack of opportunity, and mental health issues largely remained unaddressed. As Duterte's term ended, the drug war's intensity waned, but its shadow remains long. Investigations by the ICC are ongoing, and calls for accountability continue. The current administration has signaled a shift towards a more public health-centered approach, but the scars of the past 6 years are deep. The war on drugs in the Philippines is a complex and controversial chapter in the nation's history. It forces us to confront difficult questions about crime, punishment, human rights, and the balance between security and liberty. It is a reminder of the profound consequences when a nation chooses extreme measures to address a pervasive problem. What are your thoughts on this period? We want to hear from you in the comments below. Do you think the ends justified the means? Or was the cost too high? Don't Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more in-depth discussions, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next upload. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.